So today we're going to talk about multi-step equations. Last week we talked about 1- and 2-step equations, so this is the same concept, there's just more steps involved. So everything you learned last week you're still going to be applying to this week. The problems are just going to be a little bit longer. So first we're going to start with the steps to solving these. You're going to want to write these down. So go ahead and pause the video because I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to have long pauses for you to write down. So the first step, if there are any parentheses, distribute the number on the outside to both numbers on the inside. So if something's underlined in these steps, that means it's important, so you need to underline it when you write it down as well. So that's step 1. Step 2, simplify each side by combining like terms. Simplify each side by combining like terms. Step 3, collect variables on one side by adding or subtracting the smaller one. So you always want to move the smaller variable. So if one of them is a negative, that's the one you want to move. Step 4, once all variables are on the same side, begin to isolate the variable by adding or subtracting the constant from the side with the variable. Step 5, multiply or divide by the coefficient of the variable. Remember, coefficient is a vocabulary word in math that means the number in front of the letter. So the number in front of the variable. And step 6, check in the original problem. So we're going to do 2 examples to put this to use. So right now I've got 5 times the quantity 5a plus 3 equals 12a minus 29 plus 2a. So first of all, I see a set of parentheses here with something outside, so I'm going to distribute first. So 5 times 5a is 25a. 5 times 3 is 15. And then I'm just going to rewrite the right-hand side. Okay, the next step is to look for like terms on both sides. So 25a and 15 cannot be combined. Those are not alike. On the right-hand side, I've got 12a minus 29 plus 2a. I've got 2 terms with a's, so I know that those can go together. And remember, you just use the sign that's there. So 12a plus 2a is 14a. And just go ahead and rewrite everything else. Okay, now I want to combine my variables and move them from side to side, and I find the smaller one, which is 14. So I'm going to subtract 14a from both sides. 25a minus 14a is 11a. Okay, now I need to move my constant, the 15, over to the other side. So I'm going to subtract 15 from both sides. Negative 29 minus 15. Do that in your calculator, you should get negative 44. And then the final step is to divide by 11. So a equals negative 4. Make sure you box or circle your answer so it stands out for me. All right, our second example, we have 3x plus 9 over 3 plus 6 equals 13. So this time I'm solving for x. And we know if we have a fraction and then a regular number off to the side, that regular number needs to be moved over first. So first I need to subtract 6 from both sides. And I'm just going to rewrite everything else. 13 minus 6 is 7. Okay, now my variable is trapped in the numerator of the fraction, so I need to get rid of this 3 on the bottom. The x and 3 are connected by division. Opposite of division is multiplication. So on the left-hand side, I've got 3x plus 9. And then on the right-hand side, 7 times 3 is 21. Okay, now I need to move my constant over, so I'm going to subtract 9. So I've got 3x equals 21 minus 9 is 12. And then the last step to solve for x is to divide by 3 on both sides. X equals 4. All right, so those are 2 good examples of the multi-step equations you're going to be solving. You've got worksheet 1 and worksheet 2 to do this week.